Hello and welcome to the Globetrottin ADs. Since 2019, a way for athletic directors, activity coordinators, coaches, and friends to connect and collaborate no matter where they are around the world. We hope that you enjoyed the podcast and share it with anyone you think will enjoy it as well. And now, let's get this episode started.
Hello, friends and program associates around the world. Coming to you from Vienna, Austria on this glorious June, what is the 15th?
I'm on summer break now.
Nick is on summer break. I'm not quite yet, but it's good to be over here. Anyway, so yeah, welcome to this episode of the Globetrottin ADs. This will be our wrap-up episode for this 25-26 school year. So we got some good stuff to talk about. A little bit of how did we use AI? That'll be a good theme, and some other pluses and deltas perhaps for the school year. And if you got some stuff to share too, how your year went, or if you get through this episode, you find out those are relevant, and if you got something to add, you know what you can do. You can always reach out and let us know. Anyway, with that, what's up, Doug?
I'm on summer break, so it's great. Everything's great. We've kind of slacked this second half of the school year with our podcasts, and we've just been doing other things, but it's good that we are now together in Vienna, can do this. We, like other episodes in the past, we are enjoying a beverage. We're sitting out, so there's a little bit of background noise, some other people, but it's a beautiful day. And we'll recap a little bit of the year, but main focus would be, as we ended last year talking about AI, to kind of go through and see and talk about what we used AI for this year. And just to let you know that there won't be another episode until August, so you don't have to keep checking every week. When are they going to post another episode? After this one, you don't need to check for a little while.
Take a breath. So we just came up with this idea about about a half hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's relevant, and I'm sure it's stuff that's we've all done. But the question was, how have I used AI to enhance my leadership and job as an athletic director? So that was more like, how did AI help me in my role? But that's what AI gave me when I asked it to give me a summary. So I think, we can talk about it a lot of different ways about how we're all using AI more and more in our jobs as athletic directors in international schools. So I think this is the first year I really feel like I got a good handle on it, I suppose, just kind of messing around the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I'm in a good workflow with it, with a lot of stuff. It's cleans a lot of things up for me and makes it make sense for me, or helps me out quickly. But I think as a tool, it's nice to know it's always there.
Yeah.
In my toolbox, so to speak. Right.
Sure. Yeah, and thinking about it, I honestly, I think I'm in the same spot as I was last year at this point. I use it a little bit more this year, which I'll get into, but I'm still trying to figure out. I still think everything I can do is better. I know that's not true, but I think so. So I think, wow, just write that email. Why do I need to ask AI for it? Or I'll just make that slideshow for the presentation. Why would I need to ask AI to help me? I used it for some scheduling earlier in the year, and it looked great. And then I realized it totally messed it up. And then you write and said, hey, I asked for a 6-team schedule, and you only give me a 5-team schedule. And then, the reply is, oh yeah, sorry about that. Here's the 6-team, and it's, I'm sure you've all run into those things. So it's a bit weird, but I have used it for 2 main things this year that I'm quite happy with. But Matt has a longer list of things. So,
well, that's the thing. When I put the prompt in to tell me how did I use it this year, I figured it would know because I use it, a lot for different stuff. So anonymously, kind of. But it came up with 8 different themes, which I thought was kind of interesting because it went from leadership and strategic planning to program development to communication and relationship building, data analysis and storytelling, which is true. It's good for that stuff, but you can load in a spreadsheet. If you got numbers, like participation rates, and maybe you're not getting asked for it, but it's always good to know. It's good to promote if they're good, of course, or setting targets for the next year if you're into that. Um, but I've used it. I felt it was, and I'm not a big data person, of course, you know me, but it is good stuff to have on hand and promote, of course, like I said. But I just loaded in a spreadsheet and said, now make a report, and it did it. Like it would take me ages to do that. I don't know. I probably would never even get near done. I don't know. Where'd have to start?
Right.
But it's like
Yeah.
that's what
Well,
it
you wouldn't
opens my
start.
eyes
You
to
wouldn't
those
even
kind of
start.
things,
Yes.
which I really am not. It's not one of my strengths, so to speak. Is it? Well, one of the things I do that often. Whatever. The next one that we had on the I came up with for me was event and tournament management, and for sure it was a big help with that, with making schedules or tidying things up I might have in my regular program, or helping me redo it by changing a couple things. That's been useful. Making tournament guides, making actually for me, it made a couple cool logos too,
Cool.
which you could tell that it wasn't Mr. Fleming and his amazing artistic skills. I didn't know he did CDGI. Me neither. So it wasn't like that, but
Sure.
it was cool for helping that. Sorry.
Well, I don't like the images, to be honest. I can't think of yours that you made, but logos would be fine. But you see the AI generated images and things like that. They're fine. I haven't used them. They're fine. I think I can do it better myself. Not better, but different. But I haven't got into it. I haven't actually had a need to do that yet.
Well, and I like that mindset too, right? 'Cause I think it's important because I think you got to think that way so that you have to remain authentic to yourself, so to speak. So, but at the same time, like we're talking that it's supposed to make things more efficient, so you have more time to do stuff, but sometimes you end up doing more stuff that involves using AI a little more.
Yeah.
Making another thing or another report or something. I don't know. Sometimes it feels that way. So, like, again, another reason to get out there, out of your desk, away from the computer, get the hell away from it, go out and mingle, make your rounds, say hi to people, go, check in with kids, go down to the gym, lunchtime, see people, talk to coaches, get out there and make yourself visible. Right.
Right.
And do those things. So I think for me, that's a plus of if it helps me be more efficient that way, then I think it's amazing.
Right. Yeah.
Not that I'm hiding behind my desk all the time.
No, but that's it. If you can get things done faster, you have more time for the other things that you really want to do, right? And that's, I think, back to last season when we had, it's like the automation, right? The fixing your handbook. Turner talked about where he created something where you can upload your handbook and it'll give you things that you can tweak it and make it better quickly. Things like that where I don't want to sit down and do that. I don't want to put my time into that.
Yeah.
One of the two main things that I use it for this year was I used it to start the hosting rotation for the next 3 years for the ISST conference. So we had next year's done, and then it was time to make the next 3 years. So there's a cycle of when we're gonna do it, when we're gonna add a year. And I don't know who did it before, or I think way back, I know we just went to a room and said, "What do you want to host?" And people just said stuff, and it took forever.
Yeah.
Right. Um, and you argued, and things like that. But what I had ChatGPT do, the pro version was I uploaded a document that had this year's host sites, next year's host sites, last year's host sites, and the year before. So I had like 4 years of hosts, and I also had a document where I listed every tournament that we have to host, and every school and their ability to host that tournament.
So
And
depending on what facilities they had or how easy
Yep.
it was. Okay, good.
exactly. So like
This has always
Yep.
been an ongoing issue with probably every conference out there, right?
Yep.
I'm sure no matter how big or small or different, like unless you're like the people down in Brazil, our lovely friends down in Brazil who have a lodge they go take their teams to for a tournament, which is a really amazing, cool concept too. You don't have to worry about those rotations. So, but I know like that's definitely a thing in DBAC, right? Our local league. That's definitely a thing in SKIS, and I'm sure it's a thing. Like getting pools, for example, is ridiculously expensive in Europe. Many of our Western European places, of course, or if you get a place, the owners of the pool or the club, whoever is running the place, can change their mind at a moment's notice, and then you're really out of luck.
Or not on the days you want it. Yeah, you can have it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or something. So yeah, we together gave our schools what we can and can't host and likelihood. So it was a 3, 2, or a 1 scale. So, Matt, for example, you'd be for track and field, you'd be a 3 because you have a track on your campus. So you'd be a 3. So that should come up more often. It's an easy one. And a 0. We included a 0. So for me, for swimming, we had a 0. We just cannot get a pool in Vienna. There's not many pools. No way for a 2-day event. We were a 0. But for basketball, I was a 3. We have basketball courts on campus. So I fed that to AI and said, make the next 3 years, think about who can host what and who can't host something at all. Balance it, male and female. And they're between our schools, at least in the winter, someone always doesn't have to host in the winter. So the amount of tournaments and schools. So, keep that in mind and change that up. And then sometimes we have to host 2. So if you host 2 in the fall, then that you'd be good chance that you're going to host 0 in the winter, as an example. And it was great. It gave a fantastic starting point. And then at the meeting this past May in Zurich, there were some trading. We'd really like to host that. We haven't hosted that in a while, or to be honest, my son's going to be a senior next year, and he's a basketball player. I'd really like to have varsity boys. Well, that happens.
No.
Yeah, doesn't happen for me per se, but for some people it happens, and that's cool. That's totally cool. I appreciate that. If it works out, right? It's not like be all and end all, but if it works out, then great. So that was a really big help, and it was an unbiased help. So whoever made the draft before, people could be like, you just gave yourself all those ones, and now you don't want to trade. Where this was like really unbiased, and there wasn't many trading. There wasn't much trading going on, so it was really, really great help. For me and
Okay,
the whole
so let
conference.
me ask you about another topic that came up on the list. What about communications? So for me, I used it quite often for my weekly newsletters because I could. It's just giving it some quick notes about what happened, and maybe if I had some names or results and some names of kids, first names, and those grade levels and what they did, like everybody's gonna know who they are anyway. But like just forming that into a legible announcement, which was really good. Just that's a true time saver. Of course, I always go through and then put a couple touches in them, right? But just making those is fantastic.
That's cool. And that's a daily announcement that's read out, or a weekly announcement?
Weekly newsletter announcement, right? So I find that to be quite helpful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Actually, communication, I haven't used it at all. One time for an email where I really struggled to write an email back to a parent that didn't sound like I was telling them to get lost, and they had no frame of reference. I used it to make it sound a little nicer, and do everything but say sorry. I thought it was good, but I haven't really used it otherwise. No.
Yeah. Well, just curious. Good to know. Hey, who out there is using AI for their communications, or just to see what else is out there folks are doing. So,
What's next on your list?
Let's see. We talked about data analysis, event and tournament management.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one. Handbook help. So that's always a plus because a lot of sometimes our handbooks have been around for a long time, right? And so it's tough to do because there's to stay on top of every tournament, all the bits and parts of the handbook. So it's useful to kind of find when you get to section work, run it through, see if there's redundancies or ways you would tidy things up. So that's been very helpful. We did that in our last SKIS meeting.
Sure.
So everybody got a section. They had to go through and see if it was good to go.
Yeah.
Leave it. If it was yellow, then we had to talk through it and see what we had. It was like red meant like it definitely had to make some changes.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was good teamwork getting through that. Tidy, but AI was a big help for all those people.
And I think I can then find things that are what I was struggle with, excuse me, in our conference handbooks is you have things that need to be in multiple places because a coach might go to the volleyball section or whatever, but there's some overall sections as well. And often when we make changes, we forget or change things in one place and not in the other. So I've used it to like, where in this document are we discussing this general thing? And I know you can hit find on, Google Docs, but it's not the same. So I've used it to help clean up stuff like that where things are in multiple places, but didn't exactly say the same thing in all those places.
Okay, so last question. Or how would you describe AI's impact on your leadership this year?
No, zero impact, I think. You just asked me. I haven't had time to think, but I think
it's a good one.
I think zero. I think it helps me more with behind the scenes stuff that maybe no one else sees. And I don't think that really impacts leadership.
I agree. I mean, everybody's leadership who's in these leadership roles is different. Everybody's style is different.
Yeah.
And most of them are fine and okay. If it helps people do their jobs, it helps kids have amazing experiences and learn and grow through sports, then that's awesome. But I think AI, in terms of AI impacting your style, I think you'd have to be a very boring person who just carbon copies everything they've heard of and just regurgitate things. But I don't know anybody like that really in our jobs. So you still have to inject your personal traits into your program and bring forward what you think is important, of course, and your personality will help drive that. So I think I just can't see AI impacting my personality and how it affects my leadership style or role. So I'd have to agree. Probably no. I think again, it's a tool, so it's helped me be a better AD in some ways because it makes things a little more quicker for me, or may sometimes bring some clarity. But I don't think that's going to change how I would get out of my desk and run a tournament. That's different. It can't. Maybe a hologram of me. I don't think anytime soon out there running a tournament. I don't think it'll ever get to that piece because they don't make anything to begin with anyway.
No.
So it'd be more expensive to have a hologram than it would have me.
Then just hire you. Yeah. I mean, maybe a district AD, some of our friends in the US that are really not in a school every day but we have so much where we have to get out. But maybe it could impact our leadership by freeing up time to go out and see kids. So getting these things done. So every lunch I can go and spend the whole lunch walking around talking to kids.
Yeah.
So that impacts your leadership in an indirect way.
Yeah. And we don't want, I think a lot of us now are in schools where phones aren't allowed.
Yeah.
Right. Kids can't have phones in schools anymore. So maybe I'm not exactly sure where it's like everywhere, but I know in Hungary they can't. And here in Austria, it's not a law, right? But
it's not a law, but that's what most do. We have it in high school from this year where they can't have it during the school day, but soon as school ends.
I guess my point is as an AD and getting out there and making those contacts, you have more and more opportunities now. So you do have more time because those kids, you have more opportunities for engagement with kids because their phones aren't, their faces are stuck in their phones, and you got to go up to them and say, hello, and mess with them just to get their attention. So anyways, it's all good stuff. I mean, it's here to stay, right? That's the other thing. It's not going away ever. So I think it's just more of how you tolerate and use it and don't abuse it and let overtake you, I guess, right? So that's a big port.
And finding things like kids, they use it for research. They find answers quicker from multiple sources.
Hey, I
so
love
we
finding
can, we
my
can as
dad
well.
jokes on there.
Yeah.
I get some good ones sometimes.
Dad jokes. I did. My other main use of AI this year was to run my whole book through ChatGPT
All right.
and ask it for suggestions for improvement, for language, for like to clean up a little bit of the ramblings and things from the first version. I also, after I already had all the new areas that I wanted to add and new subsections, I put in the whole first version and asked it to see what I missed, what I can improve upon, and it actually gave me a lot of the things that I wanted to add, which was quite nice, right? I said, you missed that, or you don't have a topic of this, or this is there, but it's not its own section, but you mention it in 3 different places, so that could be its own section. So that was pretty good. So when you pick up the new version of a global playbook, AI was basically my editor, I would say,
Okay.
for this version. It didn't write the stuff, but it helped, and I can only imagine that everybody's using it for that now. Yeah, but who knows? So yeah, if you read the new book and think, that doesn't sound like Nick, let me know. Tell me you're an idiot. It sounds total AI. No, I think it doesn't, but I have no problem saying that it helped me. But I think, yeah, with the editing, with what did I miss, and then it gave me some things that I highlighted, and in each section you'll see a reflection sidebar. That's a big new addition. Those 3 questions were all from AI. So the section came in and said, hey, what 3 sections summarizes this? What 3 questions, summarizes this section that people could take with them or build upon, and that was right from there. So yeah, it was pretty cool, I think. Let's see. Let me know.
Well, there we are. I think that's enough. Would you say? I mean, I'm sure there's more.
That is enough.
That's enough.
I am
mean, like, this is
already
what-
in summer break, Matt.
this
You're
is-
not.
God.
I've got enough.
Ah, I tell you, I'm at the point where it's like we can't count the days. We got to make the days count.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yes.
And
And that's a big sign I have on our wall in our school. I made there's a few quote signs that I have, and one of them is "Don't count the days, make the days count."
that's right.
It's really big, like 4
I-
meters. 4 meters.
I
wide.
first heard that when I was in college when I played college football. It was we had 3 practices a day. We had 3 days. They'd always get a point like, don't count the days, make the days count.
Yep.
Like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, you're just sweating. You're like, sweat a lot, and you're in pain.
Keeping it PG.
Yeah, we had an old school AstroTurf carpet. We were training on in August and baking heat. Yeah, war stories, but we survived. All right, well, that was a good episode. I think that was a pertinent topic concerning, the way things are these days and how it's here to stay, and what a year it was. It was a quick year. It was a jam-packed year. It was, I mean, I think now that the world is it's always changing and different world order, right? But
Yeah.
I think we're in a good place. I think what I've noticed in the last 5 years, and maybe it's because of PD or just awareness of it and attention to, I'm finding like where programs are really good places. It seems like, there's ups and downs for everybody, but I think generally speaking, of course, everybody's in different space. So I'd love to hear like where did everybody feel they are, like their end of year assessment of where they are. But I feel like we're in a good place. It's always good stuff to keep connect with other ADs. I look forward to our future conferences and doing it all over again next year.
Yeah, that's it. Keep changing, and things hopefully keep getting easier for everybody. Whether it's just
handbook tweaking and logo creation, or whatever. But that everything just keeps getting easier and more streamlined, and then you have more time for things that you want to do.
Yep.
Like enjoy summer break.
So what's your plans for the summer?
Summer, Gran Canary Islands or Fuerteventura next week. Canada, my big highlight will be 3 games at Fenway Park.
Ooh, we take the girls.
Lena and Emma and I will be there, and one day we're sitting on top of the Green Monster. Yeah, I splurged.
Cool.
I splurged. It'll be great. That's
good idea.
That's the highlight. You?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be here. We get out of school next week, and then towards the end of June, I have some friends coming back from Asia. We're gonna go for 5 of us. We're going for a bike ride to the Hungarian-Austrian border, then a couple days down in Slovenia, do a little more mountain biking. Then I'm gonna be back in the U.S. for about a month. Try to catch some games and go to Alaska. My son's living and working out there, so we'll go out there for a week and see Jackie Boy. And probably a couple big highlights. I got some fun stuff coming up. So I'm going to have my 40th grade 8 reunion this summer. So Holy Family class of 86. Where you at, Panthers?
Who has a grade 8 reunion? Matt Fleming.
Holy Family School. So shout out to my buddy Bobby Leone, who's he's kind of helped spearheading this. So I'm helping him out with the logistics because he doesn't do social. So I'm adept at doing social. So AI helped me create a really cool flyer. So if we're friends on the Facebook, you'll see I put that out there already. So sign up and come along if you want. But so those are my big. Oh, the other big fun thing I'm going to do is I'm going to volunteer at a fireman's competition.
Cool.
In Akron. So
Okay.
my nephew is a fireman for Akron Fire, and he's in this competition with some other guys, and you talk about some work, boy.
Yeah.
Like that is a seriously
That's cool.
tough competition because they got to wear all their fireman's gear.
Yeah.
They got to schlep fire hose. They got to run upstairs. They got to carry a dummy. So we were texting about back and forth today, and he's telling me like a good time for this course is like 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay.
It's like where he is right now, roughly. But probably a better time. He's a big guy, but like muscular, quick. But I don't know. I don't know what top time is. I'm guessing maybe around 2 minutes.
Okay.
I don't know. Nick, sorry. I don't know. I don't know the average time. Anyways, can you imagine doing that for like 2 minutes? Just like anything like super hard and grueling. I don't know. If you ever wrestle, like wrestling sucked. I'll do it for like 2 weeks. So it felt good. But anything where you're gonna like really exert max.
It was like a hockey shift is like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta, like playing football. Like play goes for 10 seconds, all out, even or regroup. Anyway, it's good. So it's gonna be cool to see like how does this go, and so I'm gonna help volunteer, be a course setter. So like when somebody goes through the competition, I guess you help put everything back and set it up for the next contestant. And off you go. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Cool.
Lend my AD skills to this fireman's competition.
Cool.
And support the firemen.
That sounds like it could be on ESPN 8. It's Ocho Cinco.
Absolutely. You might see me.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Akron Fire Department. Shout out Akron Fire Department.
All right, everybody. I hope you're already on summer break like I am. If not, it'll be coming soon like Matt. So enjoy it wherever you are, and we'll be back, right?
Absolutely. Everybody have a great summer. Stay safe. Put your sunscreen on. Enjoy your times. Enjoy your family and your loved ones. Give them all a big hug and squeeze. Tell them you love them. And enjoy your downtime, people. Let's not talk again till September. See you then.
Maybe August.
Yeah, we'll report from the softball. You know we will.
Kukri Sports is a clothing brand that specializes in providing the world's most prestigious schools with bespoke made and designed team uniforms. If you're frustrated by inconsistent colors, branding, cost, and sizing across your teams, then it's time to email someone at Kukri Sports today. When you email contact@kukrisports.com, tell them about the Globetrottin ADs, and you'll receive a special offer on your coach or PE staff order. This has been another episode of the Globetrottin ADs. We hoped you enjoyed it. And until the next episode drops, head over to globetrottinads.com or visit us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.